House of Secret tells the story of politics and betrayal, right? So it tells the story of a woman who has been through a very difficult time of her life and now is struggling with amnesia. So at the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to Najite Dede's character. She plays Auntie Sarah. So Auntie Sarah is the person that has amnesia in the film. Now she cannot remember so many things that's happened in her life, but this present time now she's just trying to enjoy the moment, write stories and all of that. And at the beginning, I was like, oh, what are we getting into? Until we now got into the real story, and I realized that, oh my god, it's a whole different thing, right? I don't want to give spoilers, so I'm not going to give you guys details of the story, but just know that it is something about politics. This story doesn't start out as politics, but when it progresses, we realize that it is mainly about politics. The politics that happened in 1999 and the current age that the film was shot. So they were moving between time. So there was a 1999 setting where Obasanjo was coming into power, yada yada. The military were trying to take over and all of that. And then there's the current setting where another person is trying to come into power. So there is a military leader, General Sani, who he was going to organize a coup and stop the 1999 elections and take over. And now in the present time, is now, I mean, they are in democracy, so obviously he's now a citizen. He's no longer a military man. He's now, he now wants to come into power. So there's this organization that poses as an NGO, and they're trying to like bring him down. So now this story tells a whole lot, right? So there is the part of the police force and how they are very corrupt. One minute they are the good guys, the next minute they are the bad guys, and how one person leaves the police force and becomes a whole terrible person. But because this is what we see, or this is what the media tells us, that is a story that we follow through with. I'm not going to say any much more about that. But anyway, let me tell you guys about the casting. So we have Najite Dede. She's the main character in the film. She plays Auntie Sarah. We have Efe Irele. She plays young Sarah. We have Funlola. I don't know how to pronounce her surname. We have Shawn Faqua. We have Henshaw. We have Emeka Nwagbaraocha. We have, who else? Taye, Arimoro. Who else is in this film that I can remember? Yeah, so majorly that's the cast. We also have Femi Jacobs in the film. So it is a pretty good cast, and personally I even think the casting was amazing, right? Like, especially the young and the older cast that plays Auntie Sarah. I don't know, there's just this resemblance that comes between Najite Dede and Efe Irele. Naturally, they would not be the kind of cast that they are not like the most popular type of people, right? So maybe you wouldn't think that they would make, they would see that pair, but the fact that they even saw that pair and they could pair them together, they made amazing characters. And oh my god, everybody was really, really good in their role. Najite Dede, she wowed me. She was amazing, guys. Like, the emotions where she was raging, I could feel it. When she was sad, I could feel it. The little smiles here and there, she was really good. I think the casting was great. Even Shawn Faqua, that we only saw him in our memories, it was really, really good. Kate Henshaw also, she played, I think, a Calabar woman. Yeah, her name was Young something in the film. She had the whole accent thing going on for her. Shawn Faqua and Taye Arimoro, they were both military men and they were Hausa, and they would also sneak in the Hausa here and there. So yeah, it was really good. I liked that. This setting, guys. So when I started this movie, I mean, I was to understand that it was a 1999 film, because Emeka made a statement like, "Oh, we're taking him to the post office now. It's 1999. The elections are coming. Blah blah blah." So I was watching with my colleagues. Right, we watched their work, and then we saw the chairs, the all those calendars that they used to have then, the typewriter, the curtains. And I was like, "Oh my god, they really tried with this setting, right?" Only for me to realize that they actually created that set on set. I don't know if you get it, but if you've seen the movie, you're gonna get it. Like, it was supposed to be a make-believe of a place, right? So that really, really wowed me. I liked that. I love this. I'm not even gonna lie, I love this. The way the little details too were very, very good. The neighbors that were always fighting that the babe didn't want the guy to smoke and all of that, telling the stories of our own life to her so that it would juggle her memory, right? It was really good. The entire way it plays out was really good. Now, this movie also relies heavily on flashbacks, and I'm gonna tell you the flashbacks were perfect, right? There there was the perfect balance. They would switch between time when the flash started happening. I was like, why? What exactly is going wrong with her? Like, why are we having so much flashes within a second, within a minute? What's going on? But I got to understand it better when we progressed into the movie. So that's another thing. At the beginning, you might be confused as to what you're watching, but as it progresses, you get to understand, why this happened, why that happened, and it just makes total sense. Like, another thing I really liked was, I'm already talking about things I liked. So another thing I liked was, the way the memories came, right? When she sees, for instance, maybe she sees a building now, she has like an entire flashback of like an entire memory episode where scenes that happened in that building comes in total. But when maybe train sounds or something, she just has like tiny bit of flashback. Ta, 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 it goes like comes, goes, comes. So those cut episodes, like those cut episodes she had, they were like very tiny and she couldn't really remember them. And those were like the actual details that she needed to remember. But the ones that she didn't actually like, I mean, she also needed to remember because amnesia, you have to remember everything. But the ones that didn't really matter the most, she could like remember a whole story at a time. And then it now started coming all at once. It was really good, guys. It was really, really good. Right. So the things I liked, let me now, go right into it. I like the setting. I've said that. I like the casting. It was perfect. The acting was superb. Like, it was really, really good. I don't think I've ever seen Shawn Faqua in a bad role. I'm not even gonna lie. He plays an Igbo man, is good. He plays Yoruba man, is good. He plays anything he does, he is good. And I think it's very hard to figure actors like that out because you're like, where are you? Like, where? So it makes them really good, right? Compared to actors that, you only see them play specific kind of roles. They become stock characters in what they do. So you're like, this is who this person is. So when you see them in a movie, you're just like, oh yeah, it's probably going to be playing something similar to this or that or that. But yeah, the casting was really good. The soundtracks, right? So they had a lot of intense soundtracks that would like purge you of a lot of emotions. Well, maybe not purge you, but it would make you feel what the director or whoever did that was feeling at the time. Do you understand? The costume was also good. Shawn Faqua looked beautiful in that military attire. I'm not even going to lie. And yeah, it was good. So I think I've said pretty much everything I like. I like the story, I like the setting, I like the cast, I like the soundtracks, I like the acting. Yeah, I like the flashbacks. I like the use of a lot of poetic, dramatic things in it. Yeah, it was good. Now to the things I didn't like about this film. So there are not a lot of things. They are just things that I feel like they could have improved on. Now number one would be the hair that Efe really had when she was younger. So it was supposed to be like all the synthetic hairs they used to wear long time ago, in those 90s and all of that. But there was something about it that made it obvious that it was a frontal. The back did look synthetic, but it was too obvious that that is not a hairline, right? So that didn't sit right with me. But I mean, like I said, they are not like things that if you were not probably paying so much attention, you might not have noticed it. Another thing I didn't like would be there was this particular scene where Mrs. Lawal was having a conversation with Aunt Sarah. And Aunt Sarah was like telling her, "Tell me, where is my baby?" Blah, 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 blah. And the way she just blotted it out, it felt there was a lot of intense whatever noise, but it kind of felt flat for me. I didn't really feel like Nah. But yeah, you get the idea, right? So yeah, I didn't really like that also. Another thing I didn't like was the scene where Daniel walks into the fire, right? That scene, it kind of rubbed me off wrongly, and then the way everywhere just went like really red. And when it came out, okay, it was when it came out for me, and it didn't have like little burns here and there. I felt like they could have like made his shirt tear a little bit or something. It would have given it more, you know, it would have made it more realistic, basically. So yeah, that, and the scene where the general slumps, um, that also kind of fell flat for me. I think it would have been like really great if they just started releasing the pictures all over the internet or something, and like they didn't have the power. You could have shut them down, sure. But I don't know that scene. I don't know what they could have done actually, but that scene also kind of fell flat for me. Yeah, but I liked the ending. I liked the fact that Mrs. Lawal's secrets were not actually exposed, because that's the reality of things, right? People that are terrible people that do really bad things, they turn out to be heroes in our stories or in history, and we don't know the actual things that they did, right? She just went silent and she just went out of the picture. I think I like that. What else did I not like? I think those are pretty much it, or things I can think of top of my head right now. And yeah, I did enjoy watching it. House of Secrets is a beautiful movie. I definitely recommend. And if you actually calm down, because first 10 minutes you might be confused, or first 20 minutes you might be a little confused, but if you calm down, you're gonna enjoy it. So please calm down and watch me, Akinmolayan's The House of Secrets. If you've seen it, please tell me what you think about it in the comment section. We've come here all the way ranting from the beginning up until this point, and you have not clicked on that subscribe button. Why don't do that to me? So please click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Drop loads and loads of comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the film. I want to read from you. I want to hear from you, whatever the case is. And I'm going to leave you guys with this now, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.